Hello everyone, welcome to our new series, Think Like a Hacker. Next to Thinking Like a Manager series, we also would like to address the importance of having a hacker mindset. In this series, we would like to show you some very high-risk security vulnerabilities that should be considered when developing the product. And in today's episode, we would like to talk about broken authorization. This broken authorization refers to bypassing access control to access some sensitive pages and functionalities within the application. We will directly go to the point by a demo of this vulnerability. So now let's visit an online marketplace at https://online-marketplace.insecurity.com. This web application allows retailers to sell their products online. Now let's visit the Ads Manager page. And yes, obviously, access is denied, as this functionality should be accessed only by the admins to manage the ads included here. To dig further whether we can exploit any vulnerabilities and bypass this access restriction, let's send it to the burp suite repeater. Again, as it shows, access is not possible, as the response gives the unauthorized 401 message. Now let's try adding the header x-forwarded for 127.0.0.1 and see how the server will respond. Surprisingly, we got access. Now let me explain how it worked. The first thing we need to understand is what is this x-forwarded for. Actually, there are many x-forwarded headers, and this x-forwarded for is just one of them, which provides the client IP address or a chain of proxy server IP address. This header helps identify the true client IP address when requests pass through multiple proxies. And there are quite a few real-world scenarios, such as load balancing, and logging and analytic, and web application firewalls. In our example here, access restriction in this application was based on IP addresses, whether it belongs to an internal IP addresses. So anyone who have access to the corporate network, VPN, could access the admin pages. By using this x-forwarded for 127.0.0.1, we spoof the IP of the client as the local host, and thus the authorization system is full to grant the access. As you can see here, although it's intended to identify the true IP address of the client, but it can be easily tampered. So how can we prevent this type of vulnerabilities? The first thing we would like to call out is that never rely on the information that the client sends to determine the access decision, as this information can be easily tampered. And the second recommendation is that do not provide public access unless it's required. And the last thing is that in case it's a high-risk use cases, please conduct threat modeling before designing the access control system so that all of these threats could be identified and avoided in advance. Alright, that's about x-forwarded for broken authorization. We hope it's clearly explained. In case you have any question, feel free to leave a comment. This is Insecurity, and see you in the next one.